It's the 31st of July, so I'm covering the performance 1st of Jan until the 31st of July of 2025. And I will show you guys my performance here on my IBKR account, and then we can go into analyzing my best performing trades, as well as how I see the market moving forward, and the issues that we had this month with managing our portfolio. So pretty much every month we've outperformed both of these markets, with May being a big winner. And we've also outperformed in June, barely, with some outperformance here in July. July we were up around 15-16% on the account for the month. However, the later part of July we had some sell-off. From the 18th of July onwards, we've had a lot of volatility in the market, and we've also had a lot of sell-offs. That's resulted in us losing some of our profits because of compounding and being a bit more aggressive with our position sizing, as well as more aggressive with trying to get that final rise in the market. So profit from the final rise in the market up until 6,400 that we were predicting for this move. We've had a sell-off going into the end of the month, and that's why we've only made 3.18%, but we've still beat the NASDAQ and the S&P, which is my target in reality. And I look to beat the NASDAQ and S&P by 2 or 3 times in the year. And so far we're on track. Overall, the NASDAQ's done 10.9% for the year. The S&P has done 7.78% for year to date. We've done about 42.2%. We were up as high as 57% on the account, but that was at the peak of the market, with everything going really well before the volatility kicked in and some positions were liquidated, especially the last few days. Right, so that's the overall performance. Now, let's go into some of my best performing trades and some of my worst performing trades, and how I've managed those trades, as well as going into the sectors I've been investing in. I think it's interesting for newbies to learn about what a professional looks for and what they're looking to invest in, and also how they're managing risk. The main reason why I'm outperforming here is risk management and just selections. So picking these big themes. Okay, so now we're in the section of my IBKR account where I have my best performing, so top performing stocks, and my worst performing stocks here. As you can see, the best performing one was Rigetti. Quantum computing has done pretty well. It's kind of had a bit of a follow through this month, and I've really liked the quantum computing sector since I think August last year, August last year, and I've been investing in it continuously on the bounces. So around 3% on this one, so 2.9, 1 to 2.9. SMCI about 1 to 2.48. Oklo, which is in the similar space to as SMR, 1 to 2.36. AGX, a recent play here, nearly 1 to 2. AMD, and so on. So when we look at the sectors here, we see semiconductors, which did really well. Bear in mind that I've also made profit with AMD and SMCI during the previous months. It's just what they've done for me this month alone. Then we've had nuclear here. We've had quantum. We've had defense. So Archer's been pretty good. Chinese stocks, I thought we're going to do well, so I went into Alibaba. Did pretty well, but it wasn't anything amazing. Big Bear AI, so an AI play, and then a bit of Palantir, and so a bit of Palantir and a few other stocks here. In terms of the losers, IOVA has been actually, the British pound has been a big loser for me because it's essentially what my account holds. It was a big winner early in the year, but the US dollar has increased, so me holding pounds has resulted in a 2.79% loss. In terms of trades, though, actual trades, it was very, very well controlled here. As you can see, CRM 0.5, IonQ 0.65, so nothing really above 1%. So, or a 1-to-1. There's only one here, two trades which went against me fully. The rest were all managed, and risk was managed and minimized. This is what I kind of do. This is basically my approach. I look for swing trades where we can profit from a trend, at least a 1 to 3, and then we manage risk with a third of them doing really well. As you can see here, these 3, and then a third, these ones here done really well, and then a third in some profit, covering some of these losses. That's it, and a third are losers. So pretty well managed. SMR was one where I could have actually made more out of. WRD was also one that I could have made a profit if I re-entered. So both of these could have been re-entries, and I would have probably made a profit. IonQ has been very difficult to trade. This was a software stock which hasn't done well. CRM also software and didn't do well. CHYM was pretty good after I got stopped out, and Uber was a failure with IOVA doing pretty well after my exit as well. So it liquidated me, and then it did pretty well. So all of these were very, very good picks, apart from the software picks here. The 2 software stocks didn't do well. All of these were excellent picks. It just happened that I wasn't able to profit from them because of stop losses being hit, maybe managing too tight, not re-entering when I could have re-entered. Uber wasn't a nice one. But overall, very, very good here. I'm happy with the performance, to be honest, with a very tricky and volatile month. Even though we had that move up higher, we did have a sell-off right at the end of the month. In terms of what I'm seeing for the rest of the year or next month, as you can see here, S&P 500 selling off a little bit. One of the things I was expecting with the S&P was after this significant rise, I think it's the third quickest V-shaped recovery that we've seen, historically speaking. And with that being said, I was expecting at some point a dip of around 8 to 10%. So when we have these V-shaped recoveries, we typically see a drop of around, on average, 8%. With that drop coming in, now potentially we could go all the way down to maybe 5,900 on the S&P 500. Everything's kind of set up here as well for this drop. We have kind of a bearish divergence here, or weak RSI, and then we've had a breakdown below. I'd be looking for that drop to really happen. I'd be looking at this area here on the RSI. So I'd want this to break for us to get some follow through all the way down to 5,900. If we don't break this, then we're probably going to stay around this 6,000, 6,100, 200 zone with this potential drop. This is what I'm waiting for here. And I think it could happen this month, especially when we're considering this trend line that's hit a couple of times historically and resisted. So here, drop, here and here, and then a drop, and then right now we're retesting that. Probably get a drop and then another retest here as this rides higher. So maybe another retest to 6,400 after the drop. that's what I'm waiting for, and I expect it. And this is probably the area that I'm going to be buying back in to stocks. In terms of shorting, I don't short. I might play around a little bit with currency. I see the dollar rising a little bit here, maybe gold, and then maybe some biotech stocks moving forward, and some defensive stocks I can play. But it's looking pretty decent. The dollar bounce had a shoulder pattern here, a break of the neck line, and then we followed through. Maybe we get a bit of a little bit more follow through here, a dip, and then a buying opportunity for the US dollar. That's about it for July's summary. Nothing significant. It was a 3.18% gain for this month, an overall performance of around 42.2% for the year to date. So not too bad. I am in the US Investing Championship, and all of these will be verified and shared there as well. So I will be linking below the US Investing Championship and my ranking as of now, and I will also be linking my Discord, where I share free insights and analysis every single day, and I also share what stocks I'm watching before I trade them. So sometimes it could be minutes or hours before I trade them. Sometimes it could be days before I trade them, but I put them in a watch list where I share it for free. And I also engage with the community there with my free analysis on macros, the markets overall, as well as maybe some key trades and my opinions on how they're performing. So I suggest you guys go and follow me and join me on there as well. The best way to do that is by following the link on the bio.